There is a weight that settles in the heart when the heavens fall silent. You have prayed, you have trusted, you have poured out your soul in the quiet hours of the night, only to be met with a stillness that feels vast and empty. It is a confusing space to occupy, this intersection of unwavering faith and unanswered pleas. Your hands are still open, your heart is still willing, but the echo in the silence can be profoundly disorienting. You stand in the middle of your life, holding on to promises you believe were whispered to your spirit, yet the voice that spoke them has grown quiet. This quiet is not the absence of noise, it is the absence of a reply. And in that space, questions begin to bloom like wildflowers in a barren field. Am I doing something wrong? Did I mishear? Have I been left to navigate this path alone? You are still showing up, still believing, but the spiritual landscape feels unfamiliar, shrouded in a mist that obscures the way forward. The contrast between your persistent faith and the apparent stillness of God can create a dissonance that is heavy to carry. It is a unique and often lonely trial to keep believing in a conversation when you can only hear one side of it. This journey through silence is not a failure of your faith. It is a profound and often painful part of its deepening. This silence, it feels deeply personal, doesn't it? When the one you have built your life around seems distant, it is easy to internalize the quiet as a reflection of your own worth. It can feel like abandonment, a subtle turning away that leaves you feeling exposed and alone. You might look back, retracing your steps, searching for the misstep that led to this quiet distance. You might wonder if you've been forgotten, a small and insignificant name lost in the grand chorus of humanity. This feeling, this ache of being unseen, is a common thread woven through the stories of so many who have walked this path before you. From the prophets of old to the saints who lived in quiet devotion, the experience of divine silence is a recurring theme in the narrative of faith. It is not a modern struggle or a unique failing. It is a shared human experience, a rite of passage in the life of the Spirit. Yet knowing this does not always soothe the immediate sting. The heart interprets silence in its own language, and often that language is one of fear and rejection. It is a deeply vulnerable place to be, to feel as though your most intimate relationship has been put on hold without explanation. The feeling is real, it is valid, and it is a testament to how much this connection truly means to you. But let us hold this silence up to the light and see it for what it truly is and what it is not. God's silence is not a sign of His anger. It is not a punishment for your past mistakes or your present imperfections. You are not being disciplined through withdrawal or corrected through neglect. His quiet is not a rejection of your prayers, as if they were unworthy of an answer. Every word you have whispered, every tear you have shed in supplication, has been received. He has not forgotten you. Your name is not lost to Him, nor has your story faded from His mind. He does not turn His back on His children. It is crucial to separate the feeling of abandonment from the truth of His nature. His nature is one of steadfast love, of constant presence, even when that presence is not felt. This season of quiet is not a cosmic oversight or a celestial forgetting. It is not a withdrawal of His love, but perhaps a different expression of it, one that our senses are not yet trained to recognize. The silence is not a verdict on your standing with Him. It is not a closed door, but a curtain, and behind that curtain, a work is being done that you cannot yet see. We must be gentle with ourselves and resist the urge to interpret this quiet through the lens of our own insecurities or fears. In the fertile ground of silence, unseen things begin to grow. This quiet is not emptiness. It is a space of preparation. Think of the seed buried in the dark earth. To an outside observer, nothing is happening. There is no visible progress, no sign of life. Yet, beneath the surface, a profound transformation is taking place. The shell is breaking, roots are pushing down, and life is gathering its strength for the upward journey. This is often what God's silence is like in our own lives. He is working in the deep, hidden places of our hearts, preparing us for what is to come. He is cultivating resilience, strengthening our foundations, and healing wounds we did not even know we had. This is a season of inner growth, a time when the roots of our faith are forced to go deeper in search of living water. The work is quiet, it is slow, and it is entirely hidden from view. You may feel stagnant, as though you are making no progress at all. But in the unseen realm of the Spirit, you are being fortified. You are being prepared for a purpose that is larger than your current understanding. This silence is the soil in which the strongest parts of you are being formed. It is a sacred space of becoming, a holy incubator where God is doing His most intimate and transformative work. Trust that the silence is not a void, but a workshop. Faith is not only forged in the fire of dramatic miracles, it is also tempered in the cool, quiet waters of waiting. It is in these seasons, when nothing seems to be changing on the outside, that our faith matures in the most profound ways. When answers are loud and clear, it is easy to believe. But when the only thing you hear is the sound of your own breathing, your own heartbeat, faith becomes a choice made in the stillness. It becomes less about feeling and more about knowing. It is a quiet leaning into a presence you cannot sense, a steady holding on to a promise you cannot see fulfilled. This is where faith develops its texture, its depth. It is where we learn to trust, not in the evidence of our senses, but in the character of God Himself. We learn that His love is not contingent on our emotional highs, and His faithfulness is not measured by the frequency of His audible voice. In the quiet, we are stripped of our dependencies on external validation and spiritual excitement. We are left with the raw, unadorned core of our belief. And it is there, in that quiet, vulnerable space, that faith becomes truly our own. It is a slow, patient process, like the turning of the seasons. It may not feel like progress, but this quiet endurance is building a spiritual maturity within you that will sustain you for the rest of your journey. If this season feels familiar, stay here for a moment. You are not alone.